scary.
Seinfuck.
Today in the news, an Idaho bar celebrates Heterosexual Awesomeness Month.
Finally. At last.
Finally.
On Hetero Male Mondays, the Old State Saloon will offer a free beer to any heterosexual men dressed like a heterosexual male.
Oh.
That's awesome. Will my boyfriend also get this deal, or?
Yeah.
He has to be wearing jeans and then steel caps.
What about cutoffs?
Yeah, what if the cutoffs are like, Daisy Duke like? I'm still wearing jeans.
It depends. If you got that 5-inch inseam, you could go. But anything under that, I think you're.
Well, here's
really,
the deal: is I'm wearing
really
full denim, a reflective vest, and a hard hat. So I don't know if there's a dress code at this bar.
How is it okay if I dress like any of the village people? Like, is that
I mean, the fact that these people probably don't know that the village people are gay, or maybe they don't know that like what they look like, you might get away with it. I think when you get to the Leatherman, you're going to start having this shit.
Fuck you.
No, you have to be like, no. I'm not a leather man. I'm a motorcycle rider.
I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. What about this makes you think I'm gay?
Just because I have a handlebar mustache, you think I'm a homosexual?
That's what cops have. I'm a cop. You have to respect cops.
You have to. It's coded into law.
This is Heterosexual Mondays, and we get half off.
Heterosexual Mondays.
Let's say hetero male Mondays.
Hetero male
Mondays.
Ladies, if you want to go to a place where harassment's free, go to the Old State Saloon in Idaho.
Yeah, I heard the Old State Saloon in Idaho in February has like a white month. It's just like it's for white people.
White History Month.
Yeah.
Who else is coming to that bar in Idaho? Is there any black people in Idaho?
But they're really going to struggle when they get with the no mask mandate.
Black people in Idaho, hit us up. What's it like? Are you afraid?
Are you okay? Do you need us to start a GoFundMe or something for you?
Do you stare at the corn sometimes and wonder?
Sorry, why did I agree to go to the university here? Like, what did I get it. I was getting recruited. I have a scholarship for the football team, but I'm in fucking Idaho, man.
They have a football team?
They all have football teams. You're in that part of the world.
Every high school has a football team in Idaho because there's nothing else to do besides meth. And
why don't they have an NFL team, Idaho? It would just make sense, wouldn't it?
There's a lot of those ones where you're like, yeah, you could crush it. Like, you could have one there. You could probably have one in like Wyoming and
Nebraska. Right?
Yeah, Nebraska should.
You can't have one in Wyoming. The only reason you'd have one in Wyoming is because there's a bunch of billionaires there. Everything else, there's like nothing there.
Seems like a good reason to the NFL.
Nice, I guess.
That's where Josh Allen went to the University of Wyoming, Buffalo Bills quarterback.
You want a taxpayer-funded arena? You got to go somewhere like fucking Nebraska, where people are just like, well, I pay nothing in taxes anyway, and I would really like something to do here besides masturbate.
No, I was thinking about it. I saw like a TikTok recently where there was like this like Mexican family from California who like moved to Idaho because they're like, we're Republicans and we're being like stifled down here in California. Like our lives are, it's so much harder. They go up there and then immediately like, we have to leave because of racism. they were a Mexican family. I was like, your Republican utopia is a nightmare because of racists.
It's too bad that the conservative movement is also like the most patently racist because they also have terrible points.
Yeah. my recent favorite conservative talking point is being like, man, black people are going to be voting for Donald Trump because he's a convicted felon. I'm like,
they want black people to vote for Trump so bad.
It's never going to happen. I am sorry.
You know that video of that black guy being like, I like the racism. I want the racism. Keeps me on my feet. I like the racism.
Your feet.
I think that if you have more right-leaning ideas, that you have a lot of wiggle room before you join the modern conservative movement, and that the modern conservative movement isn't necessarily indicative of a right-wing philosophy. I think it's closer to like a neo-conservative kind of deal.
I think for the most part, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just a lot of people just really going as far as they can to justify and pulling as many levers in their brain as possible so they can justify being selfish.
Can I still vote for Ron Paul?
I don't know. Who's actually, is it still?
Is he still alive?
I know he got booed. Is it still
Ron Paul?
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? Is he still?
What's the difference between Ron Paul and Rand Paul? What are those?
Rand Paul is Ron Paul's son.
And he's fatter.
And he also got tackled by his neighbor because he broke his collarbone. It was a whole thing. It was hilarious.
Well, I guess that is pretty funny.
Yeah. If it was Ron Paul, he would have died, but it's just like,
who was that senator that got shot at? It was like a Republican congressman that got shot at recently.
no, I didn't hear anything about that.
Not recently, maybe like 4 years ago.
Well, that's not recent at all.
It's recent to me.
No,
I am
it's not.
aging rapidly.
Was this a senator, you said?
It was a senator or a congressman. Yeah, it was like a high profile person playing baseball or softball or something like that.
You're talking about the actual, the baseball game that got shot up. Yeah.
It was Steve Scalise.
Was it
Yes.
Scalise?
It might have been Steve Scalise,
House
yeah.
Majority Whip Steve Scalise.
Well, that is not a Republican, if I'm not mistaken. But
No, he's Steve Scalise. I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Republican. Yeah,
is he? I don't care anymore.
6 people, including U.S. House Minority Whip Steve Scalise, and
Yeah, someone dove in front of those bullets, if I'm not mistaken. Hope that poor sod gets health insurance from those cheap bastards. I only mean to say that, like, in this era of ramping politically charged violence, it is both comforting and distressing that we don't see more acts like this, because they're all being perpetrated on the I-10. The I-10 shooter has returned, everybody.
You're kidding me. He is not actually.
It was a good lead-in, though, wasn't it? Like a 5-star lead-in.
That is so specific. Malcolm is not going to get that.
Who's the I-10 shooter? Like if I'm not going to get it, I think most of our listeners aren't going to get it.
That's what I'm
In
saying.
2015.
2015. Yeah, that's about.
There was some kind of raid on a police armory, Malcolm. Imagine this, right? Your 308 special gets stolen from your police locker, and no one has any idea where your 308 specials, plural, have gone until they turn up being pawned at a location where you've been tipped off by the wife of said pawner that he is the I-10 shooter, a man who sits on a mountainside and fires shots randomly at a freeway.
At the I-10 freeway, yeah.
Okay.
I think his actual words were, "Jesus Christ, can a guy have hobbies?" or something like that.
I think the funny bit about the I-10 shooter is that it's a little bit like the Tempe penis man, that there was just
I
a
don't know
bunch
if
of
they're very similar.
I think about the penis man from time to time because I think it's just such a funny story.
I think it's funny that the police want to track him down.
They supposedly caught him, but then his main defense was that there was a bunch of them.
Yeah, they caught Spartacus. Great job.
Yeah, wasn't that they had the Spartacus defense where I was like, no, I am the penis man.
I'm the penis man.
Yeah.
Regarding the I-10 shooter, though, it's so funny. It's such like a bit of local lore, specifically because everyone who I remember talking about him talked about him like he was the fucking chupacabra. Like he was a Bigfoot.
He came out at 4 a.m. and killed someone on Monday.
I know, but it's just like, oh, you hear about the I-10 shooter? They saw him again, supposedly.
I mean, you drive down the I-10, you hear a pop on the side of your car. You're like, what was that? You get out when you get to work and you're like, oh, hell, the goddamn I-10 shooter. But it's not so innocent anymore now that he's actually landing shots.
Jesus Christ. Not so innocent now that he's landing shots is going to live rent-free in my brain.
Malcolm, your thoughts?
I don't even know where to begin.
This is American culture. You're getting a glimpse of how much guns have broken our brain.
This is the Goldwater State, and don't you forget it. It's Mad Max on those freeways.
Sorry, is Arizona called the Goldwater State? I thought it was the No Water State.
No, it's the Grand Canyon State, but Barry Goldwater is from Arizona.
The Goldwater
famous conservative libertarian.
I had a good joke, but you've talked over me.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy for that. I'm glad. You don't want to try it again? You want to try it again, or do you want me to keep talking?
I said, it's the Goldwater State. I thought Arizona was the No Water State.
See, I was thinking he was going to make a piss joke, but it was even worse.
The Golden Shower State. Oh.
The Golden Shower State. Because of the acid rain.
Both those jokes are ass.
No, it wasn't going to be. Yeah, the Golden Shower State. What are you talking about?
Well, you want me to show you why we call it the Goldwater State?
Yeah.
All right.
Follow through.
Malcolm just being like, yeah.
I need it.
This is exactly what my therapist talks about follow through for.
Give it to me.
Reminder to those who are talking about moving to Arizona, don't. The highways are Mad Max. It's 112 in June, and none of our sports teams are any good. Stay away. We don't want you.
I'm only there for Kevin Durant.
KD is a great draw for this state. Thank God, KD. I hear LeBron's coming here with Little Bron. Can't blame him. Wonderful place to be. You get shot at on the freeway.
Lebron James. Honestly, that would be a power move if he stopped going by Bronny and became Lebron James.
No, his son Little Bron is what I mean. His son Little Bronny has got tried out here in LA. So the word is that
they're really forcing their team's hands when they draft Bronny James 58th overall.
That's mean, Milk.
They're going to. He's not a good basketball player. He's not an NBA.
Hey, I saw that guy in the new Space Jam, Malcolm. He looked pretty good.
That was pre-heart attack. You remember You remember everyone forgets that Bronny James had a heart attack last summer, and now they're like, he's going to be a draft pick. I'm like, come on.
That's just what the Phoenix Suns need, really.
LeBron James did something that Michael Jordan never could, and that is use nepotism to get his son drafted into the NBA.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a great one.
Because there's legit like great players who are like, the sons of like, other good players. And then there's Bronny James. So
and then there's Bronny
did Barkley
James.
ever get a legacy?
No, I don't think does Charles Barkley even have a kid? Like I thought he was.
He doesn't strike me as a parent. He strikes me as like a rich uncle.
Yeah, I know Scottie Pippen Jr., Scottie Pippen's son, unrelated. No, I know he and then Shaq's son, they both didn't even get drafted. So and the thing with Bronny James is that he probably could be like a legit draft pick, but he needs like another 2 or 3 years in college. He's just not his dad, and it's unfair that his dad's like, hey, listen, I don't got a lot of years left in the NBA, and I'm going to force you to join me and ruin your career in the process.
Oof.
That's great stuff. We love to see it.
He also, by the way, just also I'm going to be talking about Bronny James for a moment. Bronny James in February 22, he filed trademarks for variations of names, which included Bronny, BJ Jr., and Bronald.
Pause. Pause. You said BJ Jr.?
Yes.
BJ. This is a great idea. I want it on shirts. I want it on jerseys.
BJ Jr. Because when the BJ Supreme really doesn't fill you up.
This absolutely sauceless nickname.
Charles Barkley actually has only a daughter.
Is she in the WNBA?
I have no idea.
No.
I don't think she's very old.
Yeah, so it was, Bronny James had filed 3 trademark applications, appearing to want to utilize them for NFTs, clothing, and video games in the future.
Of course it's NFT. Of course he'd be an NFT, bro.
This is one of those things where it's like, gotta get that NFT, that BJ Jr. NFT.
BJ Jr. NFT.
Oh shit, man, is that the BJ Jr. NFT?
That's worth like 0.005 ETH.
It's like 42 cents.
The thing that doesn't make sense about the nickname BJ BJ Jr. is that his name is LeBron James Jr. So it should be LJ Jr. at the very least, not BJ Jr.
Is his name not really Bronny? I've only ever heard people call him Bronny.
It's LeBron James Jr., but he goes by Bronny because he wanted to distance himself from his dad's name.
Hey, how about a different sport then, Bronny?
If you can't distance yourself from your dad while also trying out the nickname BJ Jr.
And playing NBA basketball. You don't want to be compared to your father. Don't play basketball.
That's like Stephen King's kid being known as King Jr.
That's a good one.
I'm just still obsessed with the name Bronald. Like I'm just
Bronald.
That's like the nickname they give you when you don't realize you're being made fun of by like your new group of friends. They're like, "Yo, Bronald, what's up,
here's
my bro?
buddy Bronald over here.
Bronald's right here. We're giving him a noogie." You know,
Bronald.
I used to call Robert DPD.
Yep, dual penetration.
Double penetration Delilah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wait, that was your actual nickname?
Dual penetration Delilah, yep.
Hold on, how did you get that? Like, how did they...
Because it doesn't make any sense and it just sounds funny.
No, we heard he fucked.
It's literally what high school kids do.
Heard he fucked. We heard he got the front too.
They don't make sense more so than they just kind of roll off the tongue.
I don't know. The rumor was you had the front and the threesome and that's how you got DPD.
Was it because you were a twin? Is that why it was? Like, did your brother also have the same nickname? Like,
I don't think that would make conceptual sense.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't make conceptual sense now as your double penetration.
No, but like,
but if you and your
the best school, let's be fair.
Yeah, but if you and your twin brother are doing DP,
no,
it's like a twin. It's a twin nickname.
My brother, those are the double penetration Delilah. They've had the same girlfriend.
I'm sorry, that froze me. That was terrible. It was terrible to imagine.
Bad. No, we'll just roll into
it. I just can imagine one girl between the both of you and you're both wearing sunglasses while you walk with her or something. And it just makes me sick.
What my brother used to wear, he'd wear sunglasses, a white t-shirt, a button-up, and a scowl. And we're just in sync, fucking a girl like that. Just like nodding very curtly to each other.
Both of you had such 90s haircuts too. It looks like you guys both stepped out of the year 2000.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things. He's just upset because your joint girlfriend just likes you a little bit more, Robert.
Just slightly more, just very slightly.
That's why he gets the front.
Yeah.
Well, if I like you, Robert, I'm not going to ask you to pump my septic tank, am I?
No, you're right. I mean, she might want to just, clear passage. She might need a breather.
What?
Wait, what?
I'm just thinking, like, which ways do you do it? Because you go back and front, or front and back.
Side to side. No love for side to side. Anyway,
if you're spit roasting and or what's that called that they have?
Eiffel Tower.
Or if you're giving her the doner kebab.
When the fuck have you ever gave someone that's a spit roast? It's the same. So what the fuck are you talking about?
No, it's like, I don't know. One is standing up, the other one's this way.
Hassan, look at me, Habibi. We're going tonight to find a hot chick and we both give her the doner kebab.
Oh no, my vape's out of electricity.
That's a good time for a segment. The first segment that I've had in quite some time.
Oh, you have a segment. All right, let's do it. Roll the music, Sasha.
This is the classic music we've always had for all of Harper's segments.
Absolutely.
Harper's segment time.
So glad to hear it again. And I'm excited to announce to you the easiest geography quiz Malcolm McLeod will ever win.
Nice.
Malcolm, you will have the right to answer these questions first.
All right.
And Robert will answer if you get them wrong.
Okay.
There's almost no way that Robert can win this quiz. All right. Are you ready for your first question?
Yes.
All right. Malcolm.
Yeah.
In 10 seconds, how many countries border Russia?
Like, I think it's like 4 or 5.
I'm sorry, you are out of time. Robert, do you actually know how many countries border Russia?
It's got to be over 10. I'm going to guess 14.
Well, his hands were in the air the whole time, or I would have accused him of Googling it. That is the correct answer, actually. This was not supposed to happen.
All right. I think I know what's going on here. All right. I know what's happening. All right. Let's do this. Get the next question rolling.
Are you? So you're saying I don't have very basic geography knowledge? You think I'm dumb or something?
These are from the BuzzFeed very easy questions for geography.
Don't you project your own indeficiencies onto me now?
I need producer Sasha to help me out right now. I need a lifeline.
All right, Malcolm. Next question. All right.
Okay.
Real softy. How do you spell Kyrgyzstan?
K-R-E.
That is incorrect. I'm sorry. Robert.
Don't even let him finish.
How do you spell Kyrgyzstan, Robert? If you know.
Oof. I'm going to guess Kyrgyzstan. You have to Google it.
That is also correct. Okay, Malcolm. There's still 3 questions left. No sweat.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Awesome. How many countries make up former Yugoslavia in 10 seconds?
2.
Can you name one?
Slovenia?
I'm sorry. The question was, how many countries make up former Yugoslavia?
Yeah, I said 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's horribly wrong. Robert, how many countries make up former Yugoslavia?
7.
Correcto mundo. Oh my goodness.
Gracias.
I hate this. I don't know what's going on, but I hate this collusion.
How many countries, Malcolm, make up Africa?
Or rather, how many countries are in Africa? Are we counting Sudan?
That's what I just asked.
Sudan?
How many countries make up Africa?
No, I mean, like, in terms of, like, are we counting whether South Sudan's a country?
I think it's 33.
That's a good guess, but it's not right. Robert, how many countries make up Africa?
Could you give me the nearest 10th? So we know it's under 100.
Well, you've deduced that just based off me giving the hum. Yes, I'm afraid your deductive skills are frightening. It is below 100. That's correct.
That is correct. And I'm going to give out this random number. Doesn't make any sense to anyone but, my own inner machinations of my mind. I'm going to guess, just completely randomly, 54.
That's correct. Yes, it is 54 countries. That's right.
All right.
It's like I can't
correct
lose.
Answer.
Yeah.
It's like I can't lose.
It's as if this is a game called Malcolm Can't Win, and Harper has supplied Robert the question.
I can't lose.
Malcolm,
this bit would work better if Sasha was here.
Malcolm, your accusations are very funny. However, we have one question left.
All right.
Which country has the fewest trees?
Sealand.
That is incorrect. Robert.
I don't think Sealand's a country. I think
it could be a country if we allowed it into the UN.
Very random
Thankfully,
thing.
that will never happen.
Was so passionate about. Let Sealand in.
Okay, can I give an actual answer before Robert reads the answer?
No, I'm afraid not. Robert.
Right.
Come on, try number 2. Think of those really small countries.
Robert, it's your turn.
Tuvalu. Just Tuvalu.
Tuvalu?
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's not right. Robert?
Tuvalu, a sinking nation.
It is also the answer of which country has the most pedophiles, and that is Vatican City.
Outstanding and funny. Congratulations, Robert.
Oh, you're right.
Congratulations. You have won the easiest geography quiz I will ever ask on this show ever.
All right.
Congratulations.
It's true, because you'll never ask another geography quiz.
America's geographical knowledge is unparalleled. Beautiful. All right, Malcolm, your consolation prize is one of these. I'm fucking flipping you off right now.
Yeah, I see that. I'm going to get my revenge, by the way, just so you know.
Looking forward
on
to it.
Both of you. It's going to happen. And you're not going to expect it. I'm going to
I don't care if that bit gets
family.
I love it.
It's great not to be at the other side of that bit. I gotta say, it sucks.
Yeah, I knew it right away. I was like, this isn't going to my way at all.
I was looking at the questions earlier. And I was wondering, like, shouldn't these like snowball or something? Like, shouldn't these start out really easy and then get harder?
No.
It's like you wanted him to just immediately realize what was going on.
Yeah.
No pretense whatsoever.
Sasha, please make it less obvious that this was a bit.
Yeah, I think the funny thing for Sasha to do is just like be like, Sasha, cue the music, and then me being like, and that was the game.
Just got it out completely.
Well, hey, we'd be missing a significant chunk of the podcast, and we'd have to make up for that. I don't think anyone wants that, do they?
Oh yeah,
Sasha, it's up to you. You can either take the audio clip that I just said earlier and make it into just the episode, or you can include this fucking rat game that was invented by the.
What the fuck?
Damn.
All right, fine, okay.
I don't care if the episode goes a bit long. This is basically what we'd be doing normally if we weren't recording.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I had a prompt that I was passed to me that I thought would be interesting to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So this is what they're doing. So Eton College, which is like an elite private school in like England, has this as their prompt to like you write an essay to get in. It goes, the year is 2040. There have been riots in the streets of London after Britain has run out of petrol because of an oil crisis in the Middle East. Protesters have attacked public buildings. Several policemen have died. Consequently, the government has deployed the army to curb the protests. After 2 days, the protests have been stopped, but 25 protesters have been killed by the army. You are the prime minister. Write the script for a speech to be broadcast to the nation in which you explain why employing the army against violent protesters was the only option available to you, and one which was both necessary and moral.
My fellow Anglos, you might be concerned regarding the amount of force used to quell recent uprisings in London Heathrow, East Midlands, and parts of Swindon. It is my observation that these ne'er-do-wells and bad actors were in fact sent here from climate oil-controlled Middle Eastern partners who wish to undo the fabric of our delicate democracy. Therefore, once vetted and facial recognition software was employed to vet these people, we unleashed water cannons upon them. When the water cannons refused to abate and then ran out of water for that city block for the foreseeable future, we then switched to septic water. This choice, a difficult one, to be sure.
Although hilarious.
Can you imagine him? It's like Jeremy Corbyn up there. This choice, while very funny,
completely hilarious,
does still haunt my dreams. I can still see a young lady in a hijab holding the English flag being soiled, rained upon by feces.
That poor flag.
So when they didn't get up after that, and where we figured that they would, the ones that did get up got beaten to death. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time. So I did read the story about this question before you. I've heard about this question.
Oh, okay, were you going to talk about it? Was this just like?
I mean, we can talk about it. Is just fucking the fact that it's insane. This is what British private colleges and education is like.
Well, it should be what it's like. They're going to have to answer that question someday.
I mean, that's just the inevitable way England's going to go. That's we can't fight that now.
They have long knives out there, and you know what their measure against the long knives was? They asked people to throw them away. They asked them nicely. They put bins on the sidewalks.
Please, sir, can you throw it away?
Please don't stab me in my right soft bottom,
Oh, mate, do you got a license for that knife over 2 inches in length?
So I was just going to cut some meat for my family.
Well, the constabulary sees that as a weapon.
My poor mother, she loves the rump of the roast.
What is that on your neck? Boobos! He's infected! Get him! That is what England is really like, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. You can't convince me it's any other way.
Hooligan culture. Listen, at the end of the day, we all got some microplastics in our blood. And sometimes the line between, morality and what's right is blurred. And, as I smooth brain my way to the end of my life, sometimes these protesters got to stand back.
Stand back and stand by.
And stand by.
Have you heard of this football club that has a devoted and dedicated set of fans that calls themselves? Is it the Gooners?
The Gooner.
Is that Man City? It sounds like it would be, right?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know enough about football.
Football.
About footy.
Oh no, it's Arsenal. I think Arsenal is the
Arsenal
Gooner.
Gooners?
Why are the Arsenals called the Gooners?
Well, they've been called that a long time. Long before you and I were called that, Rob.
I'm looking this up now. I think it was derived from being called Gunners, and then that became Gooner because they were like, we gotta get away from the guns. Oh yeah, so since the 1980s, Arsenal fans have often been referred to as Gooners, just a derivative of their team nickname, which is I guess the Gunners.
Yeah, I don't know shit about European football, I guess is the polite.
Yeah, my favorite is if you want to get like up-to-date Arsenal news, you actually have to go to the website goonernews.com.
This is not a serious sport. Hockey is still the best one. You're not going to goonernews.com for fucking updates.
It's just some very confused fan of certain of the finer arts in the world.
I remember when goon meant something else.
Yeah, I start getting into this football.
Stops jerking his cock. Whoa, what a goal.
It fixes his life.
That's the thing. It's just like there's literally like people who put signs up being like, "I'm a proud Gooner. I'm a me and my father,
Gooner on the
everyone in my family, in my family, we're all Gooners.
My father was a Gooner, and his father before it.
The Scottish. That might be your thing, Malcolm. The Scottish.
Yeah, finally, it's coming together.
Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, just my father was a Gooner. My mother was a Gooner. I've lost it.
My mother was a Gooner.
My father was a Gooner. My mother was a Gooner too.
It's me doing all the accents that I don't want. Like that's a problem with me trying to do. We have talked about it a little bit on this podcast, but it's like, it's me. It's like when I try, it just like goes off the rails, but then I'll unintentionally do it without.
You're psychosomatic or whatnot.
Yeah, like if you just let me roll, I could do something. I'm doing a Rodney Dangerfield impression like 6 episodes too late.
The way you were doing it earlier when you were actually kind of doing it good though, or well enough, it sounded like Norm Macdonald and Deuce Bigelow.
Yes.
American Gigolo.
That's what I gotta do. I'll take any compliment that makes me sound like Norm Macdonald. I think that's that's a high bar.
Even if it's this very bad Scottish accent, I'll take it.
Absolutely. I don't think it's a bad thing to be compared to him at all.
Speaking of the finer words and the performers who gave them.
Finer words.
I was reached out to by a disgruntled fan of the podcast who was angry that we did not read his submission.
Can you read? Do you know what submission he was? Can you what the name is on the submission that we?
He's chosen to remain anonymous and not provide a song due to, quote, I've decided that Robert probably won't pull it up, and it's probably too late anyway. You might as well enjoy it.
All right.
Well, it's not too late. It's never too late for this kind of thing. Sasha, please play the soft intro to Unforgiven 3 by Metallica, I think it is. Great little...
You really want to fuck with Metallica? And their copyright?
That's true. Play some sappy orchestral...
No! I have an idea. Sasha, can you hum the opening, to this song? So you listen to the song, and then I need you to kind of hum your way through it.
Not ever once in my delusions or dreams, as they were often known, considered twice these crass intrusions, unwanted words, in gardens thrown. Perhaps boredom be my disease, violating my time by degrees, arming me with easy retort, now being tossed into your court. Comrades, I only jab you in jest. Ode your indigenous aside, united tribes and reds allied, verses and deft in spear-to-spear contest, ensue attack with words of mine, read back the first letter of each line. Robert, read back the first letter of each line of this wonderful poem, would you?
Oh, you bastard. No Cup, Vancouver.
No.
You know, I remember this. I remember this, and I think the main reason that I didn't read it was because I don't think it would have come across well in audio format.
He took the Oilers to Game 7, and they're getting swept by Florida.
Jesus Christ.
No. Wow. Well, at least we have a team.
At least we have a team, he said. This is a fucking predictable. It's unbelievable.
No team Arizona. You're going to watch Logan Cooley rip it up in the NHL as he plays in Utah. Clayton Keller was never that great. You all thought he was good because your team was so bad. Should have treated Troy Stetcher better.
Well, guess where Troy Stetcher is now?
Yeah, in Edmonton, which is actually horrific. It's a bad. Oh,
You got a sad dude, my face.
I think it's more just fucking funny. I think the funniest bit about this is just your reaction to it, Harper.
Everyone needs a good laugh every once in a while.
Laughing my way
through this pain,
through everything.
Darkness consumes me.
Yeah. It is what it is. Thank you for your submission, Anonymous. Please write us in.
I love this is anonymous. Yeah, but I'm like, oh, it's from the infathomable Harper Buck. The unfathomable. Oh,
the unfathomable. I like this nomenclature. This is it pleases me.
Yeah,
wonderful.
It pleases my.
I did have someone once ask me on the podcast. Just like his name is Harper, and you always refer to him as Harper. Why is his first name Buck? Like, why, like, to refer, like, which I'm like,
you never met people who go by their last name before?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't talking to an intelligent person. I was just talking to a person.
I understand. I understand. So I'll lay it quite flat for you. All right. No one wants to say Buck. Comes off in an awful, uncomfortable way.
Buck. Fuck.
Yeah. Harper. So much more sonorous. My name is Malcolm McLeod. I sure hope the Grizzlies move back.
I do want them to come back. I used to have a joke where I'd be like, because the Grizzlies star player was a guy named Bryant Reeves, and I was like, if you're and he looks like me, like he's just like a kind of tall, overweight white guy, and I was like, if your star a basketball player looks like me, you don't deserve a team. And then Nikola Jokic showed up and fucking ruined the show.
Yeah, that's true. I was literally about to say Jokic looks a lot like you, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, God damn it.
Jokic, if you're listening, they pick on you for eating them cheeseburgers. You shouldn't let them. You should hit them in the face for doing that. You should keep eating the cheeseburgers.
So funny.
I mean, it's sort of like, it's the time of the slightly slubby giants. Like that's It's their.
It's my time to. Yeah. Listen, I had a really good winter. The winter that I Need a Big Boy song came out. Was that SZA? Like, it was an SNL song, but then it got
SZA.
popular.
Got popular. That's what matters.
Yeah, it's like, I need a big boy. I was like, put that in my Hinge profile. I'm good. I'm looking.
I hate that so much.
No, I never did that. But
You're really on Hinge, Malcolm. Have you ever seen any like particularly bad bios that you remember? You don't got to blast them personally if they would.
I think we talked about it a long time ago, but I think it's been a while since.
I don't know if he's been on Hinge since then. It's been like a year.
I've been on and off. I've been on and off for a little bit. A lot of it, the worst ones, the ones that I am like, shoot me now, are always ones being like, are you, I'm Jim looking for my Pam. Like,
Shouldn't it be I'm a Pam looking for my Jim?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There was one girl who was like, I'm going to be the Jim. And I'm like, okay, let's.
So what does that mean? You're both going to be two forgettable white people? Like,
somewhere out there's someone who's only read Harry Potter and only watched The Office. I'm convinced.
You were completely right.
Those people are only on Hinge.
What an advertisement.
Yeah, but it was like that. A lot of times,
Christian Mingle, none of that, or farmersonly.com.
No, yeah.
Do you think someone really with like a lot of money went up to like a producer, like a funder, like one of the Shark Tank guys, and went like, okay, now it's like Farmers Only, but for fans of Harry Potter. PottersOnly.com.
That would honestly, with our generation, would fucking probably do well.
It would probably take off.
Yeah, it would take well. Actually, you know what? Just to the audience, patent pending. We're doing it. We're
that
gonna
is ours.
Potters Only.
Do Potters Only. That is
at the very least, it's going to be a sketch of ours.
SNL, we have the script ready. Contact us and fire maybe 3 of your writers.
We'll be like, please don't destroy, but worse.
I was about to bring this up. I saw the SNL skit where they had Ryan Gosling as Beavis.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the other guys is fucking Butthead.
Mikey Day, yeah.
And I was I thought the skit was pretty funny up until Keenan was just like, that gentleman is very clearly Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, that is kind of a line. That's
over, though. It's not just that one time. He's like, are you telling me that you don't notice this? And she's like, notice what? She's just like, those two over there look exactly, or at least starkly familiar to Beavis and Butthead.
I do also like it comes with like the assumption that they don't like Beavis and Butthead still have a certain amount of cultural carte blanche or anything like that when they
just re-released the show.
I know that, but it's not like they ended the sketch on watch new Beavis and Butthead on 7, 8 Central.
Well, no. Do you know that Comedy Central is making new Beavis and Butthead, and there's a 3rd season that was just like renewed. I didn't even know it was on the air again. Like, I just assumed.
It's really good if you haven't seen it. I think it's really funny.
I can't tell if you're serious or not.
No, I'm being serious. Beavis and Butthead, the way that Mike Judge is my favorite comedy writer of all time. In my eyes, Mike Judge can do no wrong. I love King of the Hill. I love Office Space.
Quickly, find something he did wrong.
What did he do wrong?
I actually don't think he has done wrong. Silicon Valley is amazing.
Silicon Valley is a fantastic show.
Idiocracy is really good.
Idiocracy is amazing. Office Space is my favorite movie. King of the Hill is fantastic. The worst thing that you could say is that old Beavis and Butthead was like sporadically funny.
Yeah, it was sort of a one-note sort of joke.
Yeah.
No.
We have a funny laugh and then we say things inappropriate for conventional television. This is the joke.
Great to be here on your podcast, Robert.
I cannot do Beavis or Butthead.
You two guys kind of smell.
I think it's time for you submission that we actually chose, that Harper didn't just thrust upon us.
Yeah. Be my fucking guest, okay?
See, Sasha's probably going to cut out the entirety of that because he's going to be very angry.
He can't do that.
He can't.
Robert, do something.
Robert, please.
Come on, that was so fucking funny. You got to leave that.
I love comedy, please.
All All right, what's the user submission?
Okay, so this is from someone who'd like to be addressed as Guy. Their
What's up, Guy?
song recommendation is Compliment Strike by Sarah Crean.
Oh,
Sarah
And
Cream?
Sarah
Crean with an
Cream.
N.
All right.
Their question is, if you could choose to live in a science fiction universe, which would you choose? Why did you choose that universe? And which alien species would you fuck?
Be very careful with this question, boys. It is a trap to make you look fascist. That is true.
I love how there's like layers to there's truth in that than in the actuality. Oh god!
You can choose any science fiction universe and say what alien race you want to fuck, and they'll just be like, "Oh, so what? You can erase them from the galaxy? So what? The Imperium can win?"
Yeah, you're like, I don't know.
I guess it's really surprising that they're just killing aliens in that series. Oh, I wonder what the bugs are a metaphor for.
I probably have sex with one of the bugs. Malcolm, do you have an actual answer?
I'd have to think about it because sci-fi is not my genre, and the sci-fi things that I'm thinking of right now don't have aliens in them.
Robert?
Well, I mean, you could just fuck a cyborg instead.
Yeah, the cyborg is sort of.
Oh,
like
I can fuck a cyborg?
Sure.
Guess who's fucking RoboCop?
You're in the post-80s fascist state of America.
Rape is illegal.
It's like super drugs that people take. And half of the police are like,
you want to fuck Dredd in the ass or something? Like, he wouldn't let you do that.
Listen,
I'm winning him
would not
over.
find you cute.
Damn
No,
it!
you don't know that.
That's what I wanted. No, I actually think the world I'd want to live in, and again, it's all there's a tint of fascism. Is I don't know. I really came of age a bit when I watched Starship Troopers, like the shower scene. So
He's real
one
for
of those
that.
kids are like, I don't find any irony in this whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
it took me a while. Once I like rewatched it, like a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's a hot shower scene.
It was great. A colored shower scene where no one's fucking.
Yeah. What's the point of that?
To show you how cool fashion is.
No, Harper, Robert. No, that's the progressive future I want to live in. All right,
you got me.
where we can shower, where we can shower.
They're funding endless wars in order to keep up rampant social compliance and fascist networks. I can shower with women.
I can shower with women and not get hard.
Not get hard.
Listen, if I can't fuck RoboCop, I'm going into the showers of Starship Troopers and fucking up those bugs.
Absolutely. That's
James
a great answer.
screenwriter. Shout out to
I
James.
think personally, maybe just because how just strange and old and terrifying is, and also a fascist allegory, Dune.
Dune's great.
It would just be terrible to live in, but it would just be like, oh, that's interesting.
And you would fuck the Fremen, I assume? They're technically aliens.
Yes, yeah. I could be like the minor white savior no one ever hears about.
I mean, you could also have sex with the Harkonnen. They're pretty close to aliens, and I'm pretty sure they do some nasty shit.
Bald fuckers, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, or I can wait a really long time and have Leto the Second. He's technically I think there's one species of alien in Dune, and they're like genocided before we even see the series.
It's interesting. It's a great question, but Warhammer 40K is probably the only actual answer that you could give that would make any sense in regards to fucking an alien species, right? There's a plethora of aliens in 40K.
Really? I mean, Star Wars, Star Trek.
Yeah, I was gonna say Battlestar Galactica.
I totally forgot all about Star Wars, Star Trek. It's just.
Well, wait. Why wouldn't you choose Star Trek immediately?
Well,
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, that's kind of where it would more.
Yeah. So the aliens in Star Trek are all just humans with shit on their nose.
Not all of them. There's that weird bug one in that one episode of TNG.
Bug one.
The crystal behind him because they have to move to the planet. It's a good episode.
The fucking planet destroying crystal thing, the tree.
Yeah. That's the crystal intelligence.
I'm thinking of a different one. Anyway,
yeah, I think you are. And there's the Gorn.
What fuckable aliens are in Star Trek? The Bajorans, the Klingons. I wouldn't have sex with a Klingon after seeing what Worf did to Jadzia Dax. Like, she's in the infirmary every time they have sex. Canonical, like in the episode.
No, I get it. I get it.
No, I get it. That's what I'm telling you.
So you just not Star Trek?
Well, I don't know. The humans, sure. I mean, like the alien races and humanoids there are physically attractive or whatever. And you could make an argument that they are probably the sexiest in-universe aliens, because Star Wars has a lot of the same offerings with Twi'leks as like your big, like, oh, what a weird alien with like fucking sexy body and head tentacles. That's crazy.
And weird, giantly weird shaped head.
Yeah, right. So I wouldn't pick either of them for that reason. However, the Tau from 40K, listen to me. They got a beautiful society. Beautiful society.
Why do you have to say it like Trump? It's a beautiful society.
We're going to talk about the Tau. The Tau have some sort of communist society. They're
weird psychic space elves. There you go.
Oppressed. No, those are the Eldar. It's a completely different one. The Eldar are extremely hot, however, and Dark Eldar will do freaky things to you. That's true. They may kill you in the process, but what a way to go.
Well, congratulations, Harper. You avoided the pitfall of this trap. There was a second part to this question. They say if you choose Star Trek, you are sissy, liberal, cuck, Harper.
You motherfucker. You almost got it. Who's smart enough to write that question in? Huh? Who did it? Where's my gun? Was it you?
It was Guy.
Not me. It was not Malcolm.
Yeah, well, I would never ask a sci-fi question.
He would never ask that because he doesn't care about sci-fi.
Well, one of you really banked on me picking Star Trek. All right? I don't know who
What about Babylon 5? Could you do a Babylon 5? I don't know anything about Babylon 5.
It's Deep Space Nine. I have a friend who's very into Babylon 5 who's showing me Babylon 5 progressively. And it's a very good show. Especially the fan edits where they sort of edit episodes together in a seamless way. The characters are eerily similar, and that's because Deep Space Nine ripped this show off like from fucking curtains to rugs. This the same fucking show. The cozy atmosphere, the fucking friendly enemies that are on board, everything about it just completely lifted. What the crazy part is that Star Trek couched it better.
Yeah, it's just a series of Star Trek where things just kind of don't move, and it's the same sort of thing with Babylon 5.
I love Deep Space Nine, though.
It's comfy.
I think Quark is the best Star Trek character ever. I do anything for gold press line.
Definitely not an anti-Semitic allegory.
No, not at all.
Who said anything about being anti-Semitic?
I'm trying to think of other sci-fi shows that could be fun.
If it is an anti-Semitic allegory, you have to applaud them for keeping it on the air for like 9 seasons. on the famously is that what you're trying to tell me?
Jesus Christ, you cannot say that.
All right, that's my bad. But I'm just saying a lot of those television corporations. Anyway, cut that out, Sasha.
Please.
We will.
Malcolm is associated with this program. He can't have that.
I can't have that. No.
Robert's reputation I've already dragged through the trash.
Oh, yeah. I feel like my credit card company or the credit score companies, whatever, they found out I was friends with you and they're like, oof, 20 points at least. Bring that shit down.
Hey, come on. All right. What were you saying, Malcolm? I'm sorry.
I was just thinking of like another potential, series in which they could do some fun fucking. I think about, mentioned, the Cyclones from Battlestar Galactica.
Well, yeah, but they're supposed to fuck you.
Is that what they're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their whole thing is infiltrating.
They seduce you. That's like how the first few episodes go.
It's in the pilot episode is because the girl's spine is like glowing because she's having sex.
Oh.
And she's a cyclone.
Oh.
She's the other breed of cyclone that they use to infiltrate human society.
What about choosing Star Trek makes me a gay sissy liberal fuck?
Because it is communism. It is actual communism.
No.
The fact that they had that on air in the 60s is incredible.
It is not communism. It's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
But it's not
It's
communism.
basically the exact same.
Okay, well, in a society where you can generate anything you want from a machine that constructs matter from light into physical properties, I'm pretty sure the only like default option is communism because there's no scarcity of resources, is there?
Well, there's a whole episode about that on, funny enough, Orville. The
Orville's
Orville
such a
has
good
an
show.
episode about how that like there's no point in order you like it's sort of cart before the horse. In order to get to the perfect state is how they got to the matter converters. They wouldn't have been able to get to that because all they would ever know is
Capitalism or whatever.
scarcity.
Scarcity, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. The Orville is such a good show, by the way.
It is.
Like
It's really
you could
good.
talk shit about Seth MacFarlane all you want, and you're right. He hasn't made a new joke for like 20 years. You know, most of the time you're absolutely correct. The Orville's
He
great.
did make a very earnest sci-fi show, and for that I commend him.
I mean, he wanted Star Trek. He wanted the show Star Trek to actually run Star Trek, and they wouldn't give it to him. So he's just like, I'm going to make my own Star Trek comedy.
God, can you imagine what Seth MacFarlane would have done with actual Star Trek if he's making the Orville good?
It would have been
so good. What the fuck? Give it to that guy. He knows nostalgia. It's all he knows. It's the only jokes he makes. Hey, Lois, do you remember how freaking sweet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were? Hey, Lois, you remember how freaking sweet Transformers were? Remember the fucking 80s, Lois? Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Lois.
Flash Gordon.
I made a family sitcom set in the 80s.
Holy fuck.
The Ted TV show is actually kind of good, too.
I like it. I think it's a good show.
It's a fun show. I will give it credit.
It's tight.
It's tight. Yeah, boys. Ted's tight.
That's pretty tight. No, I just
show.
want to say, to cap off the sci-fi discussion, there's like issues because there's like three sorts of sci-fis that with like that we kind of have. It's either one, it's Star Trek issue. It's just hot women with shit on their faces. Mm-hmm. It's two, there are no aliens in this world, and we just sort of have to accept that. Or the aliens are humans.
I gotta fuck all these humans.
Yeah, look at all these humans.
Is World of Warcraft considered sci-fi? Could you consider World of Warcraft science fiction?
I think it's more fantasy.
It's more fantasy. Like there's science fiction elements in it, but it's more anywhere it kind of goes into science fiction, kind of runs the more Star Wars science fantasy.
Yeah.
And then there's the third option when it comes to aliens in the sci-fi series is that they're not even recognizable as like humanoid. They're just like weird fucking fucked up thing. Those are your Arrivals. Those are your Ender's Games. Those are all those. Starcraft, yeah. You can't really choose a one that makes sense without it just being hot women with shit on their faces.
Well, it's like my door started doing this interesting thing because my dog lays on it where it sticks. He like presses.
He's bowing the door.
He's bent the fucking door. Yeah, he's bowed the door in because he's so fat.
Oh.
And he lays with his head against it. I don't know how he's managed, but it's an incredible feat. He's only like 85 pounds.
Honestly, I'm impressed.
He's a sweet boy.
It's true, though. I mean, those classifications are essentially correct. And there's no robust, non-humanoid alien species world. There's only like 2 non-humanoid alien species max in these sci-fi universes.
Yeah.
My challenge is this to those aspiring science fiction writers. You know who you are, you fucking pervert. You sick freak. You fucking extremist.
Extremist?
That's what they are. All right? That's why they're writing science fiction.
What's your challenge?
More fuckable, non-humanoid creatures. Figure it out.
Yeah. Well, okay. What would your because you right. How would you do a world? Like, I mean, listen, I haven't talked about it in a little bit, but the Calypso Recall may or may not have, non-humanoid fuckable creatures in the next chapter.
I don't know how you straighten this line without just being seriously getting furries involved. I don't want to get furries involved.
No, those are humanoid creatures.
You gotta I want to fuck
some people. Do
I think what Harper wants to do. He wants to fuck like the Milky Way. Like he wants to fuck like a star system. Like he wants to fuck just gas. Like that's what he
he's a
supernova.
He's a plasma sexual. He's a matter sexual.
I want to meet with a terrible fate. I want to fuck something so unbelievable.
He wants to fuck a black hole and just have his dick be spaghettified.
That it sounds sexy is all that matters. You're right, Robert.
No, it sounds like a plot point from the Calypso Recall in that Malcolm his main character tries to stick his dick in the event horizon.
Dr. J Philharmonic sticks his cock in the event horizon.
Yeah.
It is instantly spaghettified, amplifying his pleasure.
Hey, stop stealing you're lifting his material.
Listen,
For a brief microsecond, he had the longest dick in existence.
Malcolm, are you taking notes? I mean,
I am writing,
plagiarizing.
I'm writing this down. Like, listen, Robert Delilah, ghostwriter. I'll
writing
take that.
crypto
The co-writer, but it just like only the freaky parts.
Yeah. Listen, I write the thought provoking content, and Robert writes the fuck provoking content, if you know what I mean.
Or the thought provoking content. And the episode.
No. Oh man. Oh, that was.
It's going to be called thought provoking content. THOT.
THOT. All right. See you later. Thoughts.
Have a beautiful time. Have a beautiful time.
That classic outro music. Put it in here. The one we